Okay, let's just jump right in. Welcome to your first day on the job. Forget the coffee runs, forget the boring orientation. Right now, you're a security analyst, and trust me, the stakes could not be higher.
39 seconds. Think about that. Every 39 seconds, there's another cyber attack happening somewhere in the world. The digital battlefield, it's not just active, it's completely relentless. The fight is happening right now, this very second.
And this is where you come in. Meet at Apollo. They're a cool e-learning startup, but they are under constant siege. They've just hired you to be on the front lines, to beef up their defenses. So, no pressure, right?
So, to defend any castle, you've got to know the layout of the kingdom first. And in our world, that kingdom isn't just made of bricks and mortar. It's digital, and it is absolutely everywhere. You know, every single one of us, we're kind of living a double life. You've got your offline self, that's you in the real world. But then there's your online identity, your profiles, your search history, all those digital breadcrumbs you leave behind. That identity is just as real, but it's way more exposed. You can't protect one without protecting the other. This is a great way to see just how fast your data can travel. Just think about a single photo. You snap it on your phone, you share it with a few friends, and bam! In seconds, it's copied, uploaded, and stored on servers you've never even heard of, in countries you might never visit. The moment it's out there, you've pretty much lost control.
Now, at Apollo, the data is way more critical. We're not talking about vacation photos here. You are guarding the company's lifeblood. We're talking customer transaction data, priceless intellectual property, like, their secret sauce for new products, and all their sensitive financial records. A breach here isn't just about losing money. It could literally destroy the company.
Okay, so who are you actually up against? It's time to meet the attackers. Because if you can understand what drives them, you can start to predict their next move. What's really interesting here is that not all hackers are the bad guys. We sort of break them down by hat color. The white hats, they're the good guys, the ethical hackers hired to find weaknesses. The black hats, well, they're the criminals, out for a legal profit. And the gray hats, they live somewhere in the middle. They might break in without permission, but then they'll actually report the flaw they found. All right, let's do a quick run through of their toolkit, starting with a classic, the virus. Think of it like a biological flu. It has to latch onto a clean file, and it needs a person, yep, you, to click or open that file to spread the infection.
Next up, the worm. You can think of this as a virus on steroids. The key difference? It doesn't need you at all. A worm can replicate and spread all by itself across entire networks just by exploiting security holes. It can infect thousands of machines in just a matter of hours. And then we have the Trojan horse. And yeah, it's just like the story from Greek mythology. This malware disguises itself as something you actually want, maybe a free game or a cool app. But once you let it inside your digital walls, it unleashes its hidden malicious code. And finally, one of the most destructive and, frankly, terrifying tools out there today, ransomware. This stuff is basically digital kidnapping. It grabs your files, encrypts them so they're completely useless to you, and then demands a ransom payment to get the key back. So, what happens when one of these attacks actually works? Well, the consequences aren't just digital. They are very, very real, and they can be devastating.
Sometimes the goal is just pure chaos. We call it digital vandalism, defacing a company's website, posting lies. It might seem like a prank, but it can shatter a company's reputation and destroy years of trust in a single afternoon.
And the damage goes so much deeper than that. A successful breach often leads to this whole cascade of failure. You've got stolen customer data, massive financial losses from downtime, and the theft of that precious intellectual property that can basically cripple a company's future. The fallout is just immense. Okay, enough of the doom and gloom. You're a defender, remember? So let's flip the script. Let's talk about solutions instead of just problems. It's time to open up your cybersecurity toolkit.
Everything you do as a defender is guided by this one core principle, the CIA triad. Let's use a medical record as an example. Confidentiality means only the doctor and the patient can see it. Integrity means nobody can sneak in and change the diagnosis. And availability means the doctor can actually pull up that record when they need it, especially in an emergency. This is the absolute bedrock of information security. All right, time for a little pop quiz. Picture this. An attacker is just hammering away at Apollo's private Wi-Fi network, trying every password combination imaginable. It's called a brute force attack.
Your only defense is a really strong password. So take a look at these options on the screen. Based on what we've talked about, which one of these passwords do you think is going to be the hardest to crack? If you picked each 783, you are absolutely right. But why? It comes down to three things: length, complexity, and a mix of different character types. You've got uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols. Every single thing you add makes the number of possible combinations grow exponentially. It turns a crack that might take minutes into one that could take centuries. But here's a pro tip, an even better method: the passphrase. It's much longer, which is great, but it's also way easier for a human to remember and vastly harder for a computer to guess. Something like a cat that loves dogs, maybe with a few special characters thrown in, that is an incredible defense. So we've talked about all these tools and tactics, but I've got to tell you, the most important piece of any security system, it isn't software, it's not hardware, it's you. And this is the main takeaway, the most crucial point. Technology can only do so much. A firewall can't stop you from clicking a bad link in an email. Antivirus software can't stop you from using password 123 everywhere. The single most powerful security control in the entire world is a vigilant, informed human being making smart choices. Your choices matter. Which kind of brings us to our final thought for the day. Every time we sign up for a new service, or share a photo, or just click that I agree button without reading, we're making a trade-off. So I'm going to leave you with this question to chew on. In our super connected world, is privacy just the price we have to pay for all this digital convenience?